we will not accept any longer to be prevented from exploiting and benefiting from our land. Mr. President, my dear friends and brothers, leaders, the international community and its influential forces are called upon more than ever before to put an end to the Israeli occupation of the land of the State of Palestine and to provide international protection to our people in face of the brutality of the Israeli occupation, and through a binding resolution of the UN Security Council, and within a clear-cut time limit that guarantees, it assures to our peoples to achieve their fair and legitimate national rights, and the establishment of an independent sovereign state with its capital in East Jerusalem, which is now exposed to an unprecedented attack to change its nature and its dimensions, as well as attacks from Israeli extremists in order to change the historical situation, the status quo, in the holy places, especially in Al-Aqsa Mosque, which will turn the political conflict into a religious conflict that we reject, as we did throughout our history. We are endeavoring to implement the vision of the solution of the two-state solution. To Palestine alongside Israel, living in peace and security and good neighborhood, and with full respect for the Charter of the United Nations, the resolutions the international community, the resolutions of Palestine refugee problem in accordance with the UN Resolution 194 and the implementation of the Arab Peace Initiative, as well as the release of all our prisoners. In this context, we reaffirm the need to create this new mechanism and holding an international conference, as well as activating the role of the Security Council. We are not going to go back to the negotiation for the sake of negotiations. We will not remain alone applying and implementing the signed agreements. They should be respected and abided by all the parties, that is Israel and Palestine, and as long as Palestine is not respecting them, we cannot continue observing and respecting such agreements, and we will never accept interim or temporary solutions. And we will continue to work for peace, and Israel cannot remain above international law. On the domestic front, we are continuing our endeavors to restore the unity of our land and our people, and the establishment of a national unity government, and prepare for presidential and parliamentary elections in the West Bank and the Gaza Strip and Al-Quds in Jerusalem. Mr. President, achieving peace in our region will take away any excuses from the hands of radical terrorist groups who are acting on behalf of religion, and which use the name of Palestine and Jerusalem and the sufferings of our people under occupation, using them as a pretext for their terrorism and their ideology of barbarism and brutality. And from this great African podium, I reiterate that peace and security cannot be achieved in our region without the ending of the occupation and settlement, and without building bridges instead of walls. We extend our hands of peace based on the establishment of truth and justice, and we will remain here on our land, in our homeland that we have been building, on which we have been building our civilizational identity and our humanitarian contributions for thousands of years, and we cannot accept any other homeland. Yes, they can, with their war machinery and their arrogance and force, they can kill us. They can kill our people. They can destroy our homes and our institutions, but they can never kill our thoughts and our determination and our aspiration to work in peace, in justice, in liberty, and in dignity in our nation, Palestine. And we highly appreciate your positions, ladies and gentlemen, your constant positions in favor of Palestine. We are confident that you will continue supporting us and showing your solidarity to our people in their march towards their liberty. Once again, Your Excellency, I thank you very much for inviting me and for listening to me, and I wish to this summit full success and the achievement of all your aspirations, that is the development, the prosperity and the welfare of your peoples. And I thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Monsieur le Président.
I'd like to thank you so much, Mr. President. I have now the honor to call upon His Excellency Dr. Robert Mugabe, President, the outgoing Chairperson of the African Union, to pronounce the opening statement.
Your Excellencies, heads of state and government, Your Excellency Mr. Ban Ki-moon, Secretary General of the United Nations, Your Excellency Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma, Chairperson of the African Union Commission, Honorable Ministers, representatives of regional and international organizations, representatives of private sector institutions, distinguished delegates, and invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends. I take the floor after the representative of Palestine has made a speech, wailing speech, crying speech. A repeat of what has happened before. It happened last year, it happened the year before, it happened in 1963, the voice of Palestinians being expressed here, the cry of the Palestinians reaching our ears here. For how long are we going to listen to the leader of the PLO? When shall we ever listen to the president of the state of Palestine? When shall that ever come, Mr. Ban Ki-moon? You are leaving us before the settlement of the people of Palestine. They are not settled yet. They are in a state which belongs, I don't know to whom, not free. Some other people building homes in what is supposed to be their state. Almost every day, someone is killed or disturbed or arrested. When shall this ever cease? All of us here are born out of the struggle for our elders. We were all once upon a time in colonies, all of us. I was just trying to turn over in my mind who of you, of us, came straight from an independent state to Addis Ababa. None. We were once, if not slaves, but servants of colonialists, servants of imperialists, colonized people, disadvantaged people. Today, yes, we may say, we are free, but our ancestors were not free. There are blacks across the Atlantic. There are others who lie deep down the sea. Skeletons have vanished. The oceans have worked on their skeletons. Our forefathers, as they were being dragged, going across. And across to a country where they labored, toiled, and died for. They are no better. There is Obama today, yes. What is he? What is he? A voice is made to speak their language, to act their act. And not our act, but their act. They are still superiors. The blacks Go to Harlem, when you're in New York, you'll shed tears. Today, there is no education for all, no health for all. Blacks in the streets. And nobody seems to talk about it. But they instead still want to talk about us. They are everywhere in Africa.